There you go. Oh,
There's fire in Game of Thrones are purple.
Right, but this isn't magical fire. This is grease fire.
How do you know it's not magical grease fire?
Because I'm the one who passed it.
good job.
Yes.
Good job, everyone. You successfully prevented a mass murder on the behalf of Giant Wasps because of the negligence of Big Benny, who runs Big Benny's Noodles, who is an antagonist because he tattletaled on you about stuff going on in Gint Manor.
Shane, sometimes you just have to let us do our thing. We knew what we were doing.
Sanitation is important.
Always believe in
Technically, two of us are in a burning building right
Yeah,
now.
well, you guys
Yeah.
can do that. I'm going to because I don't think I would know that the Roshan. I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to run over and try to start. I'm going to pick up the Roshan, dead Roshan, try to
Yeah.
bring towards Valor for medical aid.
He's dying technically, and like he like pukes as he's being poisoned. You can see like the black, gross stuff going through his veins.
Right. So
Okay, well, as he gets closer,
yeah.
I am going to actually, as soon as it's like I'm gonna run towards him as fast as I can as well. Once I see how I'll start to bring him, what I'm gonna do when he gets within hearing range is I'm going to, proper hearing range for this. I am going to use, and I'll be like. Nip up, man! You get your head on straight. You're dying on me now, not after all we've been through.
Okay, so I need to roll a d6 or 2d6 plus. Oh, you need to roll 2d6 plus your noble level. Shane, that's how much health we both get.
But I'm okay.
Temporary health.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Your noble level is level 4 right now.
4. Oh god, I did this wrong. I didn't do this wrong. Yay!
Hey! So Brutalitops, you gain 3 temporary hit points. The Roshan will get some protection against dying. However, Valor, if you really want to stop the poison from killing this guy, you will have to roll a heal check on him. If you have any healing things on you, I don't know if you do, that would help with it. But otherwise, the DC to stop poison, let me just see if there's anything in the manual here. Poison, where's a heal here? Heal, come on, heal.
technically all this falls within my character. He fights for those who cannot fight for themselves, which is this guy.
Constitution, wisdom, survival. Where is it here?
Also, I think it's fair to say that because we just lit everything on fire, does that qualify as dealing with the Big Benny problem?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Because like his place is probably going to burn down now. Also, while you're looking that up, Dane, Chris, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because you're still inside.
Yeah, you're still inside, Chris.
I'm aware. I'm waiting for my turn.
Well, we're not.
You can,
we're past turns.
go ahead. Go ahead. We're out of combat now.
How far can I move if I'm dragging them? And I'm putting all the intensity I can to get out of that place.
We're no longer in combat, so you can just narrate what you're doing. You don't have to worry about move squares now.
Okay, so I'm gonna drag him all the way outside the window as far as I can away from the building.
Alrighty.
And I don't care where that is. But I'm gonna
I'll
bring him with me, and then I'm gonna use my rope from my kit and tie him up.
All right. He's too intimidated and shocked about what's going on here, so he's not going to put up any fight. Sorry, still looking here. Stabilize a creature. All right, so it's a DC 10 medicine check, Shane. If you want to stabilize this person, if you want to keep them alive for long enough for like help to arrive, that would be DC 15. So it's up to you what you want to do here. If you want to rely on someone close by to try to help, or if you wanted to wait for like long-term help. It's DC 10 for short-term help, DC 15 for long-term help.
I'm just gonna start by stabilizing him.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, good job.
Good job, Valor.
So he's still sort of like squirming on the ground, but otherwise is all right. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a luck roll here. You have good luck. She's not coming out yet. You still have some time.
Yeah. Actually, I'm probably still decently presentable, right? Because I didn't really get myself into any Pinkman. I didn't really get myself.
Hey,
into
stop that, Pinkman. Pinkman,
into
you're
trouble.
not here right now, Pinkman.
Yeah. I'm probably still decently presentable. I'm gonna leave this this man with Valor in the middle of the street. I'm gonna go back inside and see how things are going with what's her tits.
Alrighty, so let me just navigate back here to the map and.
Yeah. Because like I'm still probably decently presentable, right? I only got stabbed once.
You would have, you'd have maybe a little bit of a hole in your chest where something would have happened.
Yeah.
Like a stinger would have injected into you, but otherwise you could probably cover it up with that.
Yeah. I just like rearrange my fur, so it's.
Yeah. Sure. Obviously, roll disguise if you want to do that, and I think disguise is performance, I believe. It's not going to be hard. It's going to be DC 7.
Yeah, and I'm assuming, can I get advantage because like I have a giant mound of fur to help me do it. Like I'm just really combing myself.
Okay, sure. I'm feeling nice today.
Thank you.
You would have got it anyway.
Yeah.
However, you managed to rearrange yourself so you're not looking like you've just been in a fight.
Yep.
Vampiro, you have him tied up. Is there anything you're doing about the fire?
I'm not really a water guy, so. I don't really know what I can do about the fire. So I can't use any spells.
No, fuck the fire. He doesn't really deserve to have a noodle stand anymore.
Yeah, honestly, I'll let it burn.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, make sure.
I'm sure this will have no consequences.
I'm obviously gonna go to the manor with him still tied up.
So as it burns, you have an audience, Vampiro, a little bit of one. Now, perhaps people would think that you did something wrong here, but because you seem to have saved a man from a burning building, and because there's a bunch of corpses of monsters around, you gain a point of not infamy, the other one, renown.
Do we all get that?
Yeah.
Because we were all pretty visible that whole time.
Yes, all three of you gain a point of renown.
Awesome. And Quadri has been missing out on some fleet times. And yet
I know that seems weird, but yes, please put your renown in your resources if you have the
This
resources.
guy was a menace to the neighborhood.
So Brutalitops, you can head inside and talk to him if you like.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're
Meanwhile, whilst they're doing that, I'm like calling out, does anybody know any medicine, or does anyone have a medical kit?
Good thinking. Let's see your luck roll here. You are really lucky. There is, in fact, someone like a couple doors down that has sort of come out of their business to give like a look, like what the fuck's going on here? He sort of is ogling and says, "Oi, I'm a doctor," or actually he's like a nurse at a nearby hospital. Male nurse, that's right. Progressive time here. So,
Alex's uncle is a male nurse, and he's built and has a slight appearance to Andre the Giant.
let's see what race this person is here, just for kicks and giggles.
No, it actually matters in the game like D&D.
Nah, I do this in the Elder Scrolls game. All right, this is a halfling. Halfling nurse. Anyway, he comes over and helps you, gets out a medical kit and begins to tend to the wounded Rotlin, which is obviously the name of a Rot citizen. Brutalitops, you enter, head down into the cellar. You can see that as the chickens croak, You can see that Pogus is showing her these like old bent manuals, and she's interrogating him at this point about like what he's been up to down here, and he's sort of crouching and getting a little bit intimidated, but you catch certain lines of conversation, such as that he never had any traditional magical training, that he took it up on his own, all this kind of thing. And she's just sort of giving him a what for, like, you need to set up wards so that your magic doesn't disrupt the local economy and everything like that. And he's just sort of like being browbeaten by this woman.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can interrupt them.
Yeah. Is it fair to assume that as I was like handing off the guy that Shane or that Valor would have told me like, hey, she's got some work for us in order to reduce our debt?
I'd say so.
Okay, cool.
I just don't. Yeah, we'll just say that you did.
People be like, oh, I took care of that problem. I'll be like, cool, I took care of that problem. So I'll go over and I'll say, my lady, if I may interrupt a moment and have but a moment of your time.
Okay, sorry. She sort of looks up from her browbeating, gives you a once over, and obviously, encourages you to continue.
Yeah. I was speaking with Valor earlier, and he mentioned that you may have some work for us of a special forces nature.
Special forces, holy shit.
She used those words, didn't she?
She used, like she's looking for specialists. That was her word specifically.
Oh, okay. Cool. Specialists, I'm sorry.
Like Navy SEALs.
Yeah, well, that's what I am, though. Perfect.
Yeah, and for the record, my character maybe would have mentioned it really quickly in passing. I don't think he would have even said more than just that. Like, literally, like, I think I figured out our problem as I'm trying to resuscitate this guy from dying.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not being too strict on that stuff.
Cool. I'll say, excellent. Well, I don't know how much you know about Sir Valor's history, but I was a bit of a specialist myself, and I would like to speak with you a little bit about the logistics of said operation. I know that you have the details coming for us later, but I have a couple quick questions, if I may.
I mean, I know what you'll answer to this question, but she just will ask it anyway in last war, and I'm assuming you'll say yes, and then she'll continue with answering your question.
Yes. So yeah, I'll ask her how long, like so that we can prepare ahead of time. We'd like to leave, we'd like to not have to make a return trip once we go see her at the meeting. I'll say, how long do you expect us to be gone for?
Okay.
So that we can prepare the logistics of such a mission. Oh, I meant like the actual job itself, not the meeting.
Oh, how long will the job take?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Like, are we gone for weeks, kind of thing, or like, is this like a quick trip?
It's quite a bit of debt. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a while.
Mostly I'm just trying to keep her distracted so she doesn't go back upstairs and get bored with.
Yeah, sorry. Takes a while to do dialogue.
No, that's quite all right. Leave the city walls. Oh, perfect. However, because the true task abilities, your word, the true task will involve rote when you're doing, but may take longer than a day. All right. Well, in regards to having a mixture of arcane martial and intellectual talents, we have a wide variety of that encompassed in our party. Also, I think I don't think it's too much of a stretch to assume that because you want to use someone not bound to the House of Madani to conduct the investigation, that you don't want the House of Madani attached to said investigation. So if you'll pardon the pun, I'm assuming this is one of those missions where discretion is the better part of valor? She found my pun. Excellent. Yeah. Perfect. So I'll... Because she wants to have the meeting with us like not that long. I'll just like ask her that she give us enough time to perform what would be a long rest to make sure that we're ready to go. So like I don't know if that's like enough time, but
it wouldn't, unfortunately. Like if you wanted to meet the person, it's probably at this point it's about noon, and you only have about 5 hours, so
okay, I'll ask
it'd be enough time for Vampiro.
Yeah, I'll ask her that she push it back a couple of hours in order to make sure that we're like I'll explain that we were just coming back from an adventure and we haven't had a chance to recover.
That would definitely be persuasion. DC is say 13.
Okay, let's hope. Dope.
It's like unfortunately, my client is quite impatient to begin. I didn't anticipate meeting a group such as yourself when I came here. Fortunately for you, I have bypassed my meeting with such a group that were to be found at a local tavern. Take the opportunity while you have it.
Certainly. That's unfortunate for me, but that's okay. I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're kind of hurting.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm assuming that this
You have hit dice. You have hit dice.
Is there any way that we... Hold on. Is there any way we can persuade at all, or...
She's probably gonna... she's probably gonna leave after this. However, just to let you guys know, all of you at whatever level you are, so Brutalitops is 5, Valor and Vampiro are 4, you all have that many number of hit dice, which means when you guys take a short rest, you'll be able to regain a significant portion of your HP when you sit down and use those dice. So yeah, you won't be in like horrible shape. Plus, this is a meeting.
Chris, what have you done?
Okay. Well, cards obviously are another thing.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna let me use it though. So.
Oh, I can't. I mean, I can't really stop you.
Well, you can if you don't feel like it's a fair reason to use it.
Gotcha.
I was gonna use the something benefits as greatly as in actually being able to somehow get a rest.
Okay, so it's not going to happen immediately, but essentially, though the group thinks that you'll need to go there at a certain time, eventually what will happen will be you will get a letter, like a missive, probably about 2 hours from now, that will say that it'll be rescheduled for the next day.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys, the characters don't know that, obviously.
Yeah, of course. We'll find that out in 2 hours. Thank you so much, Chris. Because I'm like super almost dead.
Look at my team playing here.
Yeah.
Well,
to be fair,
Lighting you on fire to giving you rest.
yeah, you really turned it around this session.
All right, so outside, so someone approaches you, Vampiro. It's a short little gnome with like fiery pink hair, and basically little goggles. And he looks you up and down. The goggles are unusual. They have like a magical glint to them, and it's apparent that perhaps he could see through your illusion. Oh, snap. Anyway, he's gonna talk to you, Vampiro. 1 second.
Is he even in an illusion right now?
Maybe not. I assumed he was, but
Because the only thing he did was go invisible, and then I assumed uninvisible when he started fighting things.
Maybe he's not. If not, that's cool. It works out either way.
I was gonna say my invisibility lost an hour, and I don't know how long it's
You
been,
fought,
but
though.
Yeah, as soon as you swung your axe, it would have been gone. You're not invisible anymore. Invisibility only lasts until you attack or do something like that. Unless you have greater invisibility, in which case it lasts through that, but that's a really high level spell. So the gnome approaches you because you look up and down as you're crouching over him and says, "I can't help but notice that you're dead."
I can't help but notice you're fucking small.
Jesus, man. Like, he was...
It's a touchy subject for me that I'm dead.
Is it really?
He doesn't really seem to react that strongly. He sort of twitches a little bit, like his little mustache twitches, but he continues and he says, "Oh, it's not a big deal, boy. We get all sorts of Karnathi settlers in this region all the time. Were you a soldier? Out of Fort of Bones, maybe? Fort Zombie?"
I don't really remember.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any idea what he's talking about. So you just tell him you don't remember?
Yeah.
Okay. One second. One second. Oh, where's my name generator, man?
How's playing Doctor going, by the way, Shane?
I have a doctor with me. I don't even, well, a nurse. But I think, I get the feeling that our Rutland is going to be okay. I could be wrong.
Pulling through. Hey, we saved everybody then, if that's the case.
What we?
I'm sorry. There were more wasps.
All I'm saying is, if you hadn't gone in there, the wasps wouldn't have come out right now.
Yes, they would have, dude. You think they came at us on their own? No, they were just like, alright, well, there's things happening, so let's start a commotion. And
But why would they come out just now?
coincidence.
Definitely.
I
DFX
see.
Machina, because shut up. Sorry, go ahead, Dane.
One of those. So apparently he thinks, or it's common that undead creatures lose their memory over time. One of those. Well, I must say, you gave those wasps a right licking. Good show. If you ever are in need of scrolls, my shop is 10 blocks down the street. Zukum's fine scrolls. And he sort of pats you on the head, Vampiro, and leaves.
How can he reach? He's a halfling.
I don't know if he can reach my head.
He can't reach. Okay, I thought you might be like crouched down on the ground or something. He pats.
He doesn't want to pat my head.
He pats. What's his name? He pats Big Benny on the head and leaves.
Nice touch. Alright, that part we're on board with. Yeah. We should also probably figure out what your loot is, because I know that we're running out of time, but we need to know.
Yeah, we can do that in the last couple minutes here. So let me just turn all the sound off here.
Yeah.
And I'll roll for loot.
We
here.
gotta also figure out what, maybe not in this session, but we should figure out as a group what we're gonna do with this guy here, Big Benny.
Oh, dude, that'll be easy. We're just gonna. He's being turned into the authorities. No one's gonna believe anything he said after they we have testimony and we have 2 renown, and if Shane goes, who doesn't have any infamy, neither do I, but I'm not particularly charismatic. Like, they'll totally believe whatever he says. So he's gonna be like, "Oh, he was causing a trouble, and we would have gone to the authorities, but circumstances required us to make a citizen's arrest and deal with the problem ourselves."
So somehow you guys are going to have to communicate this to me, and I have to figure out. Firstly, I think you guys have to. Ideally, you guys would fool me, because if that happened, it would mean that I could use persuasion because I genuinely believe it,
No,
instead
we
of
genuinely
deception.
believe what we're telling you. We wouldn't have to fool you. We think that we did right.
So, Shane, you're obviously gonna take all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I
Unless
can.
it's something I might want to use, you can take it all otherwise.
Yeah, I think probably, yeah. I mean, it'll be with me, quote unquote, but it'll be in baggy, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's your character sheet. You're in charge. You have to keep. You're the one running the army, dude.
I just thought about this with how all the chaos I was, causing last episode. I had all of our fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could have just ran off with it if I didn't decide to come back.
Well, we only had like one adventure worth of stuff. That's not that much stuff.
Oh, 1,000 gold pieces. That's like 1/8 of our current debt.
No, it was like a quarter. We only needed like 4,400 gold, dude. And
That's
now
like
it's only-
8,500.
No, it was like 44, wasn't it?
So I'll probably take the scroll and the banner and the healing, but if you want to take everything worth money, go for it.
Also, what is it called? A ledger. So this would contain all of his business doings. A ledger.
Oh yeah, dude. Look, 312 gold pieces, like right there, for free.
You're robbing him for free.
We're not robbing him.
I know, I'm just saying.
Society.
He technically gave me the key for his safe, so
He did.
Safe. And like he has to pay restitution to the community. And the last time I checked, we're part of the community.
Okay. You're really going to town on the law aspect here, and I very much appreciate that.
Yeah.
Restitution to the community, very important in D&D. If you don't get it right, you're getting it wrong.
Yeah. Well, plus like we need to start fixing up our home, and like there's some problems that are going to be really easy to solve. Like I can take the cat out of the yellow bed chamber, and they'll deal with the rat problem in the master bed chamber, for example. But like other things, we're going to have to do ourselves. Or we can
So I will, Shane, obviously, I will subtract the gems you gave her from the total as well. If you wanted to know like the updated total or whatever.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay.
Yeah, I just deleted them. So
Cool. Anyway, anything else you guys want to address before we're done for today?
I think that we've accomplished quite a bit.
Alrighty. Well then, thank you for joining me this session on Pajodquest.
fire
Thumbs
burns out
up.
of control.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, subscribe, become one of us.
all that goodness.
Ish.
We will pick it up next time where we left off.